let's talk about safety. What are some things that people need to be thinking about when it comes to getting involved in cryptocurrency safely and doing it in a way where they don't lose money?
So crypto is decentralized, right? That's one of the central tenets of cryptocurrencies or crypto assets, is that they are decentralized and not centralized, right? Right now, we have a centralized currency system where your money sits in a bank, right? You don't have all your money under your mattress at home, right? You don't have thousands of dollars sitting under your mattress. No, you have thousands of dollars in either your personal bank account, your business bank account, Stripe, wherever you've got it. It's sitting somewhere else, not with you. So you've got centralized companies or banks or whatever that require you to trust them to hold your money. And in fact, it's not like, your local bank has like a big vault and all your money sitting in there. No, what's actually happening is that those numbers you see on your screen when you look at your bank balance, that's actually just an IOU. They owe you that money. It's not actually sitting with them, right? Fractional reserve banking kind of broke the idea that all that money's actually sitting in the bank. It's not. In fact, they are allowed to lend out your $1 10 times, right? So that's what fractional reserve banking is. For every $1 you give them, they've got the ability to lend it out 10 times. And what they're doing is they're betting on the fact that not all 10 people are going to come want that dollar back, or at once or whatever. So in essence, we're trusting that they're holding our funds safe. We're trusting that all that money is there, as it were. With decentralized cryptocurrency, decentralized finance, you end up becoming your own bank, right? We talk about that concept as becoming your own bank. And so when you deal with cryptocurrency, no one else is going to safeguard it for you. You can't send it to your local bank or whatever. There are custody companies. They're quite expensive, and usually high net worth individuals use them. But for the most part, the rest of us plebes, we just store our crypto on what's known as a cold storage. We call it cold because it's not connected to the internet, right? A hot wallet is a software wallet online or on your computer. A cold wallet or a cold storage wallet is one that is kept offline. And I don't have mine in front of me, but it's basically like a little small, almost like a thumb drive. If you can imagine a thumb drive, it looks similar. Small little wallet that can plug into a USB or you plug it in with like a little cord, and you can interact with it on your computer, but it is stored off your computer. So that is one of the safer or safest ways to store your crypto. And if you're going to be a long-term holder of crypto, then you want to make sure to invest in, $50, $70, whatever it is, in a cold storage wallet, because that is the safest, right? Mm-hmm. And then you want to make sure you're keeping that wallet somewhere safe where you remember where it is, right? The dog can't bite it or break it, or go bury it in the yard, or your kids can't play with it or whatever it is. So I keep mine in a safe, a fireproof, waterproof safe. You also want to, there's something known as your seed phrases or your private keys. You want to make sure to guard those with your life, because those are literally, those are the keys, right? They're not physical keys, but that passphrase or that passcode is the way you access those funds. And so you never want to share that with anybody. And frequently what ends up happening is, people will this is a new paradigm and they don't know how to deal with stuff. Then they're like, I need help. And so they go online and ask for help, and they don't know any better. And so the person on the other end that they don't know, who they've naively trusted, says, okay, we're going to go ahead and get into your wallet. Just go ahead and give me those keys and we'll access. And they end up giving their keys to someone else who ends up robbing them blind, right? And so we've heard these awful stories of people being taken advantage of when they were just looking for some help. And that's another reason I created this group, because that's highly disturbing to me. It's very, very sad. And, I don't want to see people get taken advantage of. So you have to be extremely careful. You have to be really skeptical. You have to, really know the person you're trusting, or have them come with high references or something like that. But really, I think that self-custody requires some willingness to learn. You have to learn. You have to master this on your own. No one can master this for you, right? Until we have maybe better user experience and better solutions for security and things like that. Self-custody requires some learning. It's a learning curve.
So I would say that and this is just like hearing what you're saying as far as the security of it and having that cold storage. I would say if you're going on, if you don't have a safe, get you a safe. Like, I mean, because you never know, like your house can catch on fire, like a nice fireproof safe.
That's it.
You know
Somebody
what I
can
mean?
break in. I have a fireproof, waterproof safe, probably cost me $100 or something, small little thing. And I just shove my little wallets in there, lock it, done.
Yeah. So I think it should, you know, my opinion, that should almost be a requirement. Like get that with, if you don't have it.
I agree.
Get the cold storage.
I agree. And don't store your coins on an exchange. Exchanges get hacked all the time, right? There's certain things that you just want to, it's just sort of etiquette and protocol to keep yourself safe. We have a saying in crypto, you know, not your keys, not your coins, meaning if you don't have possession of the actual crypto in a wallet that you control, meaning if you've just left it on an exchange, well, it belongs to the exchange for now, right? I mean, you can access it, but if they get hacked and their wallets are drained, well, guess who else gets screwed? You do, right? So you want to make sure to keep control of your crypto as much as possible if you're not actively trading at the time.
So going into on the same topic of safety, I think there's also something to speak to in terms of, let's call it acquisition philosophy, right? Like how you acquire this asset class, you know, and I think that there's certainly, and I'm one of them. I've done this before. I see some really cheap coin. I didn't do any research, and I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing some volatility here, and I'm going to pump some money into this. And then you do,
it's like a casino, baby.
All on red in the wheel.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Spin that wheel. Let's see. Yeah, that's a really good point to bring up. So, I mean, here's the deal. The current situation that we were talking about before with all the money printing and the governments and this, that, and the other. I mean, at this point, the banks are going to make you pay them. You know, they're not offering any yield on anything, right? Have you looked at your savings account rate? It's like 0.02% or something. It's hysterical. It's ridiculous. I actually had somebody post in another group of mine, where he was like, oh my gosh, I've had $400 in this account for 30 days. And this is a high yield savings account. I literally earned 2 cents. I was cracking up. I was like, oh, this is hysterical. He's like, this is my high yield savings account. So that's the state of things, right? So to keep up with inflation that we talked about, you know, which is just raging out of control right now, to keep up with this, it has forced us to get more and more loose with our like our risk tolerance has had to we're looking for riskier and riskier bets. Why? Because we have to. We've been forced into this. So it's why everybody's YOLOing on the stock market. It's why everybody's YOLOing in crypto, because there's nothing else out there that's like accessible as an asset class to the common person to actually like get exposure to strong yields. So that's number one. So what ends up happening is people come in with this like risk appetite and they see all these shiny tokens and they're so cheap and it's so exciting and it's like a big arcade, right? And the problem is that there's a lot of us who've been in this world for a long time and we're a lot smarter than you are, meaning we know how to take advantage of you. And there are a lot of whales out there. We call them whales. Whales are people with a lot of crypto. They have a lot of money. And what ends up happening is they know how to manipulate markets, and crypto, particularly altcoin markets, are very easy to manipulate. Why? Because there's just not a lot of volume. So you come in as a whale, you may own 40% of that entire token volume, right? Right? You've been accumulating, and you can come in there, bam, smash prices, drop them as low as humanly possible. Everybody freaks out and sells you what? More cheap tokens. And now you control more of the supply. And then what do? You can literally you can almost start like a buying front run and start the token spiking, right? You and your friends, you can get that token spiking. Everybody is like, oh my God, it's going up. It's going to the moon. This is amazing. And so what happens? All the noobs come running in like you. Oh, look, shiny red. Look at the green candles, And they start throwing money. And then what do? Like they run it up. And again, boom, once again, that whale comes in, drops the price, you freak out, and you sell all your tokens to who? Him, right? These guys have been playing this game a long time. They've been robbing noobs for the last 10 years in this game, or not 10, but so altcoins have really only been around 2016, 2017 with the death of Ethereum. So, but long enough for them to learn how to play this game and rob you blind. So playing with altcoins is a losing game if you don't know what you're doing, right? I've literally just launched a paid group. So I have this amazing free group over here, but I've literally just launched a paid group. It starts Monday. We haven't even closed the cart, but it starts Monday. The sole purpose is to keep people safe because, you know, as much as I tell people, look, just buy Bitcoin. You're going to get over 200% a year. Like, don't be greedy. Don't be, you know, but of course people don't hear that. They want to be greedy. They want to play in the arcade. It's like, okay, fine. You know what? We're going to launch this paid group and I'm going to teach you step by step how to freaking be safe in this market and how to actually invest in tokens that aren't scams, in tokens that aren't, you know, just outright ridiculous and pump and dump schemes, that kind of stuff. So really trying to just help people stay safe in this market. And it's rather complex. And you got to learn how to play the game.